And we're reminding you that you can start your morning off with a bang Monday to Fridays, 6 to 9 on the Next Level of Radio with Richard Trumpet, Tim, and DJ Elon. And we are going to be speaking to the gentlemen, and we're saying thank you so much. The band fixing the camera inside the thing, but so it go. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. How are you at this point in time?
Very blessed.
Yeah, man, we good, man.
Nice to hear. No, we're trying to dive a little deep. So it is a little more than a month, I think, that you're on the morning show. How has that been thus far? And I'll start off with you, Richard.
It has really been a blessing with us gelling and starting this new journey of this morning show. It really has been a great environment to work in at TTT Limited. And as we always say, every day is just good vibes and good energy.
And nice, and I think that's this opening question for everybody. Tim?
Oh, yeah, well, my brother said best. Real good vibes, real good energy. Didn't get an ounce of negativity on the way in. I know it might be sound like we're buttering things up, but this is actually the full experience. We just came with a pure heart and a mind to just make sure that, you know, everything that we do continue to be on the level that we were accustomed doing it. And yeah, so far so good.
I hope it's not a piece of Hansel and Gretel that you're getting with smoking front fire behind them. But what about you, Elon?
Yeah, the vibes is actually very up because actually I'm coming from South, so it takes a lot from me to come from South. So it's just kind of welcoming. So I look forward to going to work every day actually. So it's very nice though. It's a new venture. Same kind of music vibes, but you know, it's a different because the energy we share amongst ourselves is very nice. It's a good vibe.
And I'll ask that question because it seems as though we're almost originally neighbors, because if you're from Sando and I'm 3 miles north in Gasparillo, but would you find it a little harder to kind of break through, to come in, to get that foot in the door, being a South man?
No, it's yes and no. I would say that because I guess it's all about how you network yourself and network your brand. It doesn't matter what part of Trinidad or what part of the globe you're from, but it's kind of at a better advantage seeing that we are away from all the competition. So it's kind of, you know, stand out.
I like the fact that you talk about networking though, because Richard and Tim, it seems as though one of the things, as opposed to just saying, okay, well, we on radio, it seems as though now it's not just on radio, but it's how you can make those connections and network. Do you find that's your experience as well? And this is looking at your experience from then to now.
Well, the thing about it is that radio has evolved over time. So it's not just about punching a mic on air and delivering whatever program you are delivering. It's a more holistic thing, a more connection with your listeners and your supporters via social media and otherwise. So networking has become a very important part of radio.
Yeah. Super important. So much so that radio can no longer exist without proper networking, because now the networking going into the technical parts of integrating your radio experience for the listeners and your radio show for us who would be called, well, we call us the announcers, the producers. We now have to find that to bridge to get them all who on the social media end of it also to transcend from radio to there and vice versa. So it's all about that networking, staying up to the point, up to the time, with the social media trends that may be trending on the popular sites, how to bring the discussions that are happening in that place onto radio, and how to know the people who have the information that I could trust. So yeah, networking is a must.
And looking at the fact that you're at your workplace right about now, Tim, how does outside experience, or how does working experience off of radio kind of influence your on-air work or your on-air sound? Because sometimes it seems you kind of wonder, okay, well, am I doing it for this? Do I have that target in mind? So how does outside experience translate to what you're doing on air?
Well, I try to stay true to myself. I try to not let, for want of a better word, the perks of having the audience and having the platform that we have caused me to become disconnected with the people that I'm speaking to on an everyday basis. I always tell my partner sometimes, I say, yo, fellas, I walk to work every day, you know, just to be interacting with that morning audience, to see what's the vibe, what's the energy. Sometimes, you know, I would take a taxi and travel to different areas just to, you know, be in touch with what's going on out there, because you got to be able to bring the talk of the street and the talk of the town, make sense of it, and then put that into your show in a way that they could understand it and the others who listening to could understand as well. So yeah, outside experience, if you don't know how to distill it and make sure that it's something that is radio friendly and something that could, you know, could get the support from all our pillars, which are educational, entertainment, and just realness now. You know, the three things that we tend to build our show on, you know, is how to take your experiences on the road and put that on top of them pillars and go forward.
Now, you raise the point of looking at distilling experiences and translating that onto what it is you do on air. But I'll ask the same question about outside experience translating to work on air, Richard, before I actually get to that topic.
Well, pretty much as Tim said, being grounded and knowing what's happening on the ground on an everyday basis is important to integrate into your broadcasting, so that you wouldn't have, a lot of times you might feel a great disconnect between the broadcaster and the listener. We try to bridge that by staying grounded and keeping abreast of what's happening on the ground at all times.
And you ever feel that you need to kind of come in and bridge that gap in certain ways, Elon? Because Tim may have his vibe, Richard may have his vibe, but they may be seeing, or you may be seeing something that they're not necessarily seeing and bringing that to the table?
Yeah, it's a whole different vibe in terms of we gel very well because well we all know that I'm the younger out of the three of us.
Hey, who said that?
Right? So I would be more in tune with certain things, just a little, maybe like a few seconds before them. So you know, but it's good for me to just bring that flow in terms of like you can. But all of us is be kind of in tune with what's going on the ground in terms of that. So it's like a complete balance in terms of like a mixture of generations, you know, just for one platform.
And
the cool thing about us is that we all pay attention to different things. Like Richard pays attention to a lot of the sports and stuff. You know, I know I could trust my brother for that. You know, me know who playing what. To me, Michael Jordan is still playing basketball. You understand? But Richard will keep us up to breast for all of those things. Elon is the man that given us all the Elon, I'm sorry to do this, but the bacchanal too, you know, we can get that from Elon, you know. Me, I just try to take my little attention to the politics and all of these different things. So yeah, so when all of us gel and we meet in our studio, everybody bring the strengths, you know, everybody bring the weaknesses too, and we help each other strengthen weaknesses and use the strengths.
You really don't know sometimes, you know, because Elon, I wouldn't peg you as the bacchanalist, but I guess so it goes sometimes. But with regard to
no, he's not the bacchanalist, but he's no.
Oh, okay. So if you call him, he'll whistle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But in terms of that gelling, because I hear all of you all speaking about the gelling, what goes into that? Because sometimes you might find other partnerships being attempted and this person saying, okay, well, it's my time to talk, you know. Or the DJ might say, well, how them talking, so let me play something now. Or and you see clashes that kind of way. How do you all work that out?
I think the whole vibe of the show is quite organic. It isn't too much like too overproduced from the perspective of, all right, we're going to do this or we're going to do that. Most of what happens is really us just bringing our three personalities, our different vibe, Elon's music, and different things, and just putting it in the pot and stirring it. It is very, very organic and very natural.
Yeah.
We barely even plan.
Yeah, sometimes we don't even plan. Sometimes we just
don't
plan
at all.
But that's my question, because sometimes when things organic, it could go very good, or it could go very not good. So how it...
And just to add to, I think one of the major things too is that a lot of God and good energy goes into our show, which is every morning we all make sure that whatever problems we have, we leave in that name in the car park. That can leave wherever that start, that stay in there. And when we reach the work, everybody come with a pure vibes and a good energy. Because sometimes, yes, we do clash. Sometimes Elon might want to play a little extra music. Me and Elon, Trumpet might be like, no, we have these ads to play here.
No more.
Or, sometimes Trumpet might be on a topic that we may be like, hey, boy, we gotta stay from that. He's like, no, we gotta talk things. You understand? And the good thing about it is always coming with the good energy is that nobody do tote on nobody and nobody do get vexed with anybody and nobody feel the bigger or the better than anybody. Everybody value everybody equally and we go forward with that.
And in terms of going forward with that, we continue with the conversation when we return because I have a piece of bacchanal to raise myself, but we'll do that when we return. Stay with us. Welcome back. We are speaking with the host of the morning show on Next 99.1 FM, Richard Trumpet, Tim and DJ Elon. Now, I said I had a piece of bacchanal. No, I don't know if to call you Richard Trumpet. I don't know if to call you sodium chloride, Richard, because you come in like salt this wrongs. I see it's a morning from 5 to 6. I see it's Sunday evening, and you're just spreading those, I don't know, tentacles or influence. We're even seeing some of the ad for guilty pleasures now. Is it that you try to stretch yourself, or is it that you say, okay, well, there's more that I can do? Let me do it. Explain that to me.
I remember a colleague of mine once said that I have some kind of alien qualities because I'm not really one-dimensional. There are different sides. So the inspirational side or the spiritual side would come out in morning meds from 5 to 6. Of course, the bacchanal and the current topics and the trending topics will come out in the morning show and the scandalous laughing. And there's also the laid back, into the whole love vibe kind of side, and that comes out in guilty pleasures. So it's not really a stretch. It's more just me expressing my different sides, I guess.
And I want to continue on with that because some people will allow people to say, okay, well, this is who you are. This is what we're using you for. And even though it may not be stretching yourself as opposed to just kind of showing a different side, they don't necessarily get the opportunity to do that. What makes you say, okay, well, I can, so I'm going to, and create that space for yourself and these different lanes that you can operate from?
No, my brother Tim would always say that people naturally try to put you in a box, and we have always tried to not stay in that box. And to always try to explore all the God-givens that we have. So may it be producing an ad, singing soca, delivering a love program, inspirational program. Once it's inside of us, even our entrepreneurial spirit, because we even try to help one another with different ventures that we may have and so on. So it's more of a mindset to let out all that you have inside of you.
But with regard to letting out all that you have inside of you, and I want to bring Elon and Tim back into the conversation as well. Urban radio is one thing, but many times you hear a knock on urban radio because like them fellas hyper, they mix them tune good, but oh gosh, we don't like the talk, boy. But in terms of having that urban vibes with street sense, but at the same time it's making sense and you could listen to the conversation and you want to hear where this conversation is going. Tim, you started on it saying, okay, well, you're distilling what it is you have, bringing it to the radio. Is that, even though you say it's organic, is that work that you've put in already? Is that just you? What are some of the factors that go into that?
Well, again, we gotta go back to the pillars. One of them is being real, and we ain't selling any fake people on the radio because we're not selling to fake people. Trinidad and Tobago, the audience, about the realest audience that you will ever encounter anywhere. And I to be honest, I had now started to do little shows outside and stuff right before this whole COVID thing started. And I mean, the love and the appreciation that you get, let's say in the States or another Caribbean island, is different to Trinidad because outside there, they're not accustomed to seeing you now. They're accustomed hearing you, but when they actually see us, so you naturally get that kind of love now. But in Trinidad is where you get a real test So we know that we can't sell anything that ain't real. So that's our jumping board there. We start with that. And what you hear on the radio is really who we are. And I am the comedian in the group. I like to make everybody laugh. So on radio, we keep it simple. I come and I try to make everybody laugh. If Trumpet is talking about something and maybe it's a serious side too, I try to find the comedy in that. If Elon playing music, I try to find the kicks in that when we mic in, and just try to bring that whole thing together now.
Okay, you feel the same way, Elon?
Yeah, just touching on that. I guess people like to see you for you, the not the behind the scenes trying to be another person. It's just like for example, like for me, I am just me. Like I would always be me. Like I bring that natural energy. Like I always preach good vibes and good energy. I always run in bad spirit. I always have my bell. This is me. Like you would see this when you line with me. You would see this on radio. So it's just a natural, and I think people gravitate to natural energy where you could keep up that on radio and off. So when we touch on topics that people could relate to, I think that is what make the whole program organic and make people kind of tap into it and be like, yeah, they could relate to this. They could, because they live, we live in a, we don't live a lie, as we would say. We real. So we would be talking personal stuff and all, but we were just kind of putting a little bracket, but on a general scale, everybody going through something, whether it's good or bad, but we intend to speak on it, and that's what it's all about.
No, there's a Jamaican philosopher by the name of Miguel Collins who says that real people do real things. It seems as though that energy is coming out with what it is you do as well. But how does it feel, though, the gentleman, to say, okay, well, the pairing and the matching is to such a level and people appreciate you so much. And Tim, you said, okay, well, the audience in Trinidad and Tobago will give it to you as real as it gets. But how does how does it feel to have a petition, an online petition, to say, okay, well, we need these gentlemen back in our lives on a morning?
Wow, that particular experience was really a heartwarming one, because sometimes, I mean, you're going about your daily, you're doing your job, and you don't really understand the impact you have on people's lives. Like over time, we would have realized that you're in somebody's space on a daily. You're in their car, you're in their house, you're part of their family, and they accept you as part of their family, and they look forward to your view on different trending things and stuff from in the news and so on, that you become so much a part of them that not being there, they actually feel like something is missing from their lives. And that was an amazing feeling when that happened. That was one of the good things in a bad scenario. And, it's just a blessing to continue, especially one of the things I didn't touch on before. I think apart from us bringing our natural ability and our natural knowledge and so on, what we have developed is a friendship and more so a brotherhood. And with me and Tim, it was there from before. When Elon joined us, it was like a missing part that you didn't even know was missing all the time, because it just falling so easily. And we're just like three brothers just going about doing things naturally. And that's the reason I would say for the success of the show.
Okay, now, you all feel the same with Tim and Elon in terms of like saying, okay, well, sometimes you go in and you think you're doing it to the best of your ability. But it's another thing entirely to get that forward, to get that gas up, to get that validation of the work that it is you're doing. Is that something that you would have experienced as well, seeing this thing actually black and white online, Tim and Elon?
Well, boy, for me, I honestly did not expect that in the slightest. So I know my country sometimes are 2 days or 2 weeks, or not long at all on any one topic now. So I was really looking to call Trumpet to say, boy, let me go down there and see how much coconut we can buy and bring it up in tongue and sell. You understand? Because I was like, well, yeah, that is the day, Trinidad and Tobago is going to forget about us. And then even before the petition, from on social media and going into Facebook, and you're seeing people reaching out to you, people who aren't even your friends on Facebook. So it's going to this realm in Facebook where you had to check to see, like your alerts don't really tell you when they're there. And then you realize and you check it and it's like, wait, I think the first time I checked, I had like about 400 and something messages. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know this part of Facebook existed. And look at all of these people reaching out. And then Trumpet was like, yo, check Instagram. And when I check Instagram, I was like, Trumpet, it literally have like about 1,000 people here saying, where all you going? And then the more quiet we were about it, it just made it more that people reached out, and it felt really, really good to know that you could do something that you love and something that is really something that morning radio makes me feel good. Like apart from everybody missing us, I was missing it, because starting the morning with my brother and now my little brother, you understand, is something that has make my day go good now. So getting it back and seeing everybody missing it too, the same way that I was missing it, is a feeling that, I don't know, but I see Will Smith jump out a plane already to experience that thrill. You know, when he turned 50, I am nowhere near 50. Don't let Elon fool you. But I don't have to jump out no plane, because the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the wider diaspora, because it was all from Canada and all from Norway and all kind of thing, yeah, they actually made us feel one of the true feelings of love.
And that is a beautiful point to end on. Second brother eat up youngest brother time, but thank you very much, gentlemen. And we think that you actually make the pie run a little better, make the wheel run a little better. On behalf of the entire news team, we want to thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Dike Rostant. Have a good night.